Well, good morning, everyone. It is freezing. Melbourne has just gone into some kind of winter hell. We are on our way out. We have some exciting things coming up. We are putting in our new ducted system, which is behind me there. So we have heaps of stuff we need to put in. I think Brad said it's like a 65-piece kit or something like that. And we also are going to put down our chipboard floors. I'm so excited. We've been walking on this little plank here. It used to be smaller. This is an upgrade. And my mum and our visitors, they all come through the front door still for some reason. I think because they want to see what we're up to. And they like walk on this little plank and Chai pushes them off and it's a whole thing. So we're going to be getting chipboard flooring. I was going to shut the door on my way out, which is the most exciting. It feels like a huge step forward. Chai's in the trailer. Look at this. Chi-Chi! Papa! What you doing? What a sweet boy you are. What a sweet boy you are. Oh, yes. We're on our way.
Buntown.
To Bunnings. Or Buntown. If you're from Australia, B-Town, Buntown, you know.
The land of the sausage sizzle.
The land of the sausage sizzle. Probably get a sausage because it's almost lunchtime. It has taken us a long time to get moving this morning.
I did go to work.
Brad's been to work. Oh my gosh, it zoomed in on my face. I must have pressed the zoom button. God, amateur hour over here.
We'll put that one in the bloopers. Sick camera skills.
That's embarrassing. So, Brad's been to work this morning. We had to take Chai for a walk because it's been so cold and so rainy and he hasn't been getting enough walks, and he got called. I went for a walk with him yesterday and he got called a little bit fat, and a strange man came up to me to tell me that he needed to lose a few. So poor Chai.
Mr. Porky Boy.
Mr. Pork Boy needs to lose a little bit of kilos. We did notice he's getting a little bit round. Not like, he's a bit chunky. It's hard. There's a lot of fluff there.
It's a lot of fluff.
There's a lot of fluff. We digress. So we're going to go to Bunnings. We're going to get some chipboard, some orange tongue.
Yellow tongue.
Oh.
Same. Mine's a little bit different size. They both do the same thing. Yellow tongue floorboards.
Getting some yellow tongue floorboards. So today we'll be laying in the ducted. Is that right, Brad?
Mm-hmm. So we're going to be pulling out all the old ducting, and then we're going to be replacing it with all the new stuff, and then we're going to leave it sort of hanging out the side of the building, ready for our plumber to come in next week and help us install the new unit.
Which I'm really excited about. So our current heater is from like 1980...
So 34 years
87
old?
or 83 or something. Yeah, it's like 34 years old. And so it's like the most un-eco-friendly machine or whatever unit. So it just like leaks heat. It's a struggle at the moment because the ducts themselves aren't super like heat tight. Is that even a word? Heat tight? Is that
They're just not effective in any capacity. Like all the insulation stripped off the side. They're leaking hot air all over the place. Incredibly inefficient. Yeah. So it's a waste of heating. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of gas.
Yeah. So we're getting a 6-star unit. Our plumber will install that, and we'll be able to use that with the back area that we're living in, and then it's just going to be great. It doesn't have a pilot light, so it's not going to leak gas through that. It's just exciting. It's exciting to be a little bit more
efficient.
Yeah, efficient and energy conscious. It's going to feel like a big step forward.
Big weekend.
Yeah! Anyway, let's go. Right. Goodbye to the old duct. She's seen better days.
Or what's left of the old duct.
Yeah, exactly. It has seen better days. Is that from just rotting away, or is that from like rodents?
Just deterioration.
Looks like you're putting it in a little duct body bag.
That is exactly what I'm doing.
Very sad.
It's gonna be.
Goodbye. Goodbye, old friend, and thank you for your service. It is now like 5:30 maybe. Brad's over there digging a bit of a hole to get the ducts sorted. And took us a while to get going, didn't it, Brad?
Slow day.
Slow day.
Lots to figure out.
Yeah, it's a lot of just trying to figure out how we're gonna do things and what we need to do to get sort of ready to do the next things. So yeah, bit of a slow day. But I'm going to do the strapping now for the insulation. So the insulation will sit on top of the strapping before we put the chipboard down. So I'm going to do that for just one of the rooms, the room that's our spare bedroom. I'm going to do that now. And Brad will keep doing, what are you doing? Hang on, I'm going to flip this around.
I'm digging a trench. Because we've got big ducting, our new duct that's going through is much bigger. So shallow subfloor, just got to dig the dirt out underneath it a bit so that it's not squishing underneath the bearer, so we don't want to lose any of the size of the new duct because that's what's going to supply all the air. So make enough room for it, dig it lower.
So Brad's going to do some digging, I'm going to do some strapping, I'm probably just going to do the room and then cook some dinner, have some dinner. I'm looking at Brad thinking he'll probably just keep working, I don't really know. Yep. Yeah. Yep. And call it a day. But yep, let's get strapping. Affect me. I'm good. I'm a hot mess! I know! Run away from me! Don't let me staple! Blaze original. Good morning!
Morning.
It is the next morning, and what time did you stay up till?
1 o'clock.
After we cooked dinner at like 6:30, Brad just went straight back to it.
Just kept going. When you're in the mood, you're in the mood, you just get it done. So
He had the momentum going.
yeah, no, it was good. Pretty much laid like the whole front end of the house, all the ductwork's in. Now we just got to do some little bits and pieces for the controller for the ducted, but apart from that, like it's all the ductwork's in, which is great. So,
Woo!
big
So,
tick.
as you can see, I'm not reno ready. I'm heading out to go see a friend. Brad's going to the footy this afternoon, so today we're not going to get a heap done, but tomorrow, we're going to get the
floor's down.
Hi, Papa. My little boy. I think Chai will miss the access when we have floorboards down.
Yes,
He looks quite happy in the floor. He's like become a little floor snake.
He has become a floor snake.
Gigi. Hi, Papa. Good morning. We are back at it today. We've got some things to do before we can get stuck into the floors. I need to tidy up this stuff behind me. So we had to get the ducted for the whole house, but obviously we're only at phase 1 of the reno, so we need to store the rest of it. So I'm gonna go put the ducted stuff in the shed out the back. Chai is skulking under the floor, looking like a cutie. Hey, Chi. Chi. And then we're gonna start strapping again, and we'll need to insulate, and then we're gonna get the floor in. It's gonna be an exciting day. Woo!
So
Hi!
it's great interjection there. So we've been spending like the entire afternoon, all day in fact, it's 4 o'clock, and we've almost, I'm pretty sure, we've got everything we need to before we put the chipboard down. A bit daunting because there's so much that needs to be captured because I don't want to be crawling under these floors after we put the chipboard down, but I think we've got everything. So I've been putting all the new ductwork in, doing all of the little bits of cables for all of our new zones that we're going to have in our ducted heater, so that's pretty cool. And then I've just been spending the rest of the afternoon just doing the last little bits and pieces, packing the floor, putting some trimmers in over here near the fireplace, the last little bits and pieces just to make sure everything's nice and flat and all captured before we start doing the installation, which Samantha's doing as we speak. Near-death experience.
Hey, look, I need this floor down. I'm so sick of doing that.
You've been walking on these joists for the last 3 days.
Like, my legs are so tired from like doing a zillion squats on these floors, and now I keep nearly dying. Sorry about that. I think we'll cut that out.
Classic. No, we're keeping that. So behind us over here, you can see Samantha's just started leveling the floor. Sorry, not leveling. Putting down the insulation.
From the roof!
From the roof, which is really, really cool. So we've been reusing all of any materials we've pulled out of the house. If it's worth keeping, we've put it back down again. So we've got just a couple of rooms you can see behind me over here. Still some bits and pieces to go, but we're nearly there. So we're going to start to do some videos to throw on the insulation in now and then put the floors down.
get all the floors done. We got my full office flooring done. I'll give you a little view of it in a second. It took longer than expected. We had a lot of ducts we had to get in a row in order to get the flooring down, and we didn't want to rush it. You know, we had to make sure that the ducting was done properly, since that Brad did it himself, and the plumber will plumb in the unit, but because we laid everything, we had to make sure it was done perfectly so we didn't have to go back under the floors. We had to level the flooring out and make sure that was done properly. There's a lot of cutting involved, and so it didn't all get done this weekend, and that's okay. That's just renovating life. Things take longer than you think, kind of just always. We always say add like 60% of the time you think things will take. But we'll get cracking at it again this weekend. Hopefully we'll get the rest of the house done because we have so many exciting projects coming up. We have the framing to do, we have the windows that we're gonna build ourselves, literally building them from scratch out of the wood from the roof. So that project is coming up. We want to cast our own fireplace. We need to build all the cabinetry. There's just so many things coming up and it's all very exciting stuff. So thank you for joining us. We look forward to the next one, and thank you for bearing with us as we got out of the ground. I'm so happy we're no longer sitting under the ground anymore, and there's so many things to come. If you haven't subscribed to our channel or liked this video, please do. I tell you what, it literally brightens our day. Every time someone subscribes, I always tell Brad, I'm like, Brad, we have another subscriber. It's thrilling to us to know that there are people out there who love renovating as much as we do and enjoy the process, and so thank you, and we love building this community, and we will see you in the next one. Bye. Here are the floors that are done in the office, and we're yet to do this area here in the front lounge room. We're also yet to do this area here, which is the spare bedroom and a bit of the hallway. Hi, Chai!